Hey guys, Sebastian here from Walt Grace Vintage. Welcome to our gallery. In today's video, we'll be talking about the brand new Fender Pano Verb. This amp is the result of a collaboration between Jack White and Fender, and Jack White once again lives up to his fame. He's well known for basically spicing up the guitar market with new and creative ideas when it comes to gear that just steer away from the conventional and offer a new vision on an already established concept. So what is a Pano Verb? This is basically the culmination of Jack's favorite three Fender amplifiers, which would be the Vibro Verb, the Vibrosonic, and the Vibro King. And this amp has elements from those three amps. However, the end result is something completely different. It's very unique and refreshing in my opinion. So let's talk about what this amp has to offer. This is a true stereo amplifier that basically comes in with two power amps running in parallel. And these two amplifiers are driving the two different speakers that are inside of the box. So you have a 115-inch speaker that is getting driven by a 50-watt power amp that has two 606s, and then you have a 10-inch speaker that is being driven by a 20-watt amp driven by two 6V6s. And the reason why they do this is to play around with the effects that are on board, to give you options that you would only be able to access running two amps at the same time and never on a single unit. But now you can get all of that in here. So let's talk about what happens when the guitar first comes in. The first thing that your guitar sees is the preamp, which will be volume, treble, middle, and bass. However, you have a drive control, which is really a clean boost that you can pump up to 26 dBs of signal into that first gain stage. It allows you to get gain at a low volume, which is something that you normally can't do with a traditional Fender amplifier. Moving on to the next section, the first control here will be mix, which is how much reverb you're getting. Dwell basically controls how long the tail of the reverb is going to be. And then you have an EQ, treble and bass that don't only affect the reverb sound, but also the tone of your guitar in a way. And then a really cool thing that happens here is that you can either run the reverb either in split or full. So when you're in full, the reverb is coming out on equal levels through both speakers. However, when you put it on split, it's only running through the 10-inch speaker, effectively allowing you to run a true wet-dry setup from the same amplifier, which for this type of configuration, you will normally have to run multiple amps, and that comes with its own set of complications. Over here, it's already built in on board. So you can get many different flavors out of this amplifier when it comes to reverb. Moving on to the tremolo, you have classic controls such as intensity and speed, and then you can run it either in mono or stereo. So again, when you run it in mono, you hear the harmonic tremolo go through both speakers, and it sounds beautiful. It's very clean and lush. But when you put it in stereo is where the magic of this amp starts to happen, in my opinion. What's happening here is that each power amp is pushing the speakers differently, so you're getting the pulse from one speaker and then the other. And the fact that they're two different speakers gives you a set of frequencies that you don't find in the others, so they complement each other in a way that is very blooming, and it has this 3D feel that in the room feels very unique. It's really, really cool, and it's a harmonic tremolo, so you're gonna hear a lot of that modulation in a way. It reminds me a lot of a Leslie, or more of like a Univibe pedal in a way, but in a whole different league. Very unlike anything else I have heard from Fender. If anything, other companies such as Magnetone have experimented with this concept, but I feel like this is truly, something new and different that is very refreshing to see on an amp like this. And the other cool touch would be all the yellow accents, as you can see, which is just a remark for the Third Man Records brand, which is Jack White's personal brand. But yeah, as you can see here, it takes over the design of the amp. Even the foot switch is just yellow, and it looks really, really cool in my opinion. I think that the Pano Verb is a very special amplifier. Whether you like Jack White or not, it really has something different to offer to the table, and it's very refreshing to see a new concept from Fender. Something that really we haven't seen ever before. Now, if you're wondering what guitars we're using, this is a Fender Custom Shop 52 reissue Telecaster. This thing is a beauty, fat neck, light body, powerful pickups, and it just feels great, and it goes along the lines of what Jack has been recently using. And then this other one here will be a locally made Belltone B Classic 1, which is a gorgeous guitar. It comes with these Filtertron inspired style pickups that just sound great, and again, go along the lines of what Jack White is known for using. So yeah, the Pano Verb is just incredible. I think you guys are gonna love it. We'll be showing you guys some examples of the stereo sounds by miking up each one of the speakers individually, and then we'll show you guys how they sound together and separate. And again, I think you're in for a treat, so let's go ahead and play for a bit. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to find out more about the Pano Verb and the rest of the gear used in this video, the links will be down below in the description. If you want to know more about Walt Grace, head over to our website, waltgracevintage.com, where you can see a wide selection of cars, guitars, coffee, watches, and a lot more. If you guys want to support this channel, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and follow us on Instagram at Walt Grace Vintage for more content like this. My name is Sebastian. Until next time.